Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid like Ethan, you're right, plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail, but soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me.
Hey guys, it's me, Sasquatch, and welcome to my walkthrough guide, I guess you could say, for the Vanishing of Ethan Carter. I got stuck on a lot of the crime scene puzzles and finding everything, so I'm going to go back through and thought I would share how to complete it with you. So we got a fresh game here. And the first puzzle you run into, of course, is the trap puzzle. I found all the pieces except for the last one, and it took me a long time to find the last one, so maybe if you're stuck, this will be helpful. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. From the tracks, we'll just turn to the right and run, and the first trap almost kills us. And of course, press and hold the button to get that particular piece of the puzzle. While we're here, the second piece is just through these little rocks. Right here. Okay, we got it. There's number 2. Go back where we came. Number 3 is just opposite, across the railroad tracks. Right here. Starting to see skulls and stuff in there. Number 4 should be straight on ahead through here. Make sure I haven't missed it. I'm going to look back at these traps so you can kind of see in relation to where they are. There it is. I went right all the way around it. So again, it's right up from the one in the ground. Little bear trap. Alright, and the last one is just look to the right and run straight towards the railroad tracks, and it'll pop it out. We get our first glimpse into the place. And it is covered with bones and ash. Note here. Sap by Ethan Carter. An old man came to the forest every day to drink sap from the trees. To get there, the old man had to step around many dangerous traps. The villagers believed this old man had hidden a jade amulet in the forest, but the old man wanted the villagers to believe this because then they would search the forest for treasure instead of drinking his sap. One cool fall night, someone set fire to the forest. It must have been Alfred. Dark Knight joke there. And the fire spread to the village. The old man escaped the fire by covering himself in sap. When he returned to the village, he found all the villagers' bones. The old man sat down and cried. Then he found more sap to drink. So you find these little pages of stories by Ethan.
I told you, you can't be here.
But Gramp, I wrote something for you.
That's real nice. Thank you. Just leave it. I'll read it later.
And we're back into the actual world again. There's another clue in the fire right next to that. Fire damaged a historic home in Red Creek Valley Wednesday morning, according to officials from the Bayfield County Fire Department. A family of 6 was asleep when the blaze broke out at the remote house owned by Albert Vandergriff by the Ogden Lake in Red Creek Valley. Gail Carter, 58, was pronounced dead at the scene. Remaining family members were able to escape. Carter's husband, Edwin, of 62, told investigators that he may have fallen asleep with a lit cigarette in his hand. So, if you remember, the text we just read was from Ethan to his grandfather, Ed, about houses burning down, and then that actually happens. I think Ed dropped a cigarette or something and burnt the house down, killed everybody. So it's obvious Ethan has some kind of psychic connection or abilities. Alright, if you guys are ready, we'll go ahead and do puzzle number 2. Straight across here, you know.
Red Creek Valley
So pretty.
seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned 2 things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one.
This game, it's definitely got some of the best texture work that I've ever seen. I mean, even it's just so detailed. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and sprint. And that's the dam down there, and you can kind of see the houses we're gonna be going to probably in the next video. We're about to find our first murder scene. This one will have to do with the cable car. Alright, so inspect the blood. Is it an animal? A human? Accident? Murder? Definitely murder. There are no accidents in Red Creek Valley. Crankshaft is missing. So this little mechanic here, if you're looking for something, as you look in its correct direction, the words will line up. And it will show you where it's at. So you want to keep the button held down long. We can see it's by the lake bed. We can see that the dam is in the background there. Okay. The longer you hold it down, that'll do a complete look around. So you can try to discern where it's at. I'm going to show you, but we don't need to enter the train right now. Without the crankshaft, it won't move. Just keep heading down the railroad tracks. You're going to come to some rope. Cut ties. Untied. Untied. There's no blood here. And then just a little ways farther down the tracks, you're going to find some legs. Inspect the legs. Where's the rest of the corpse? There is a nice blood trail. We're going to follow it as well. Was he dragged away? Did he crawl away? So follow the blood. You'll find the rest of the corpse. He does have a fractured skull. He suffered some kind of head trauma. You press A to hold and touch him. And this is similar to the sensing of the traps, where we need to see the complete picture before we're able to learn anything. So from the corpse, we're going to go down the path towards the lake, and we're going to find that crankshaft. And again, I'm sprinting and not really taking in all the scenery. I've already done this, but if it's your first time playing, definitely slow down and just enjoy the atmosphere and the way everything looks. The music is wonderful. Alright, here's our crankshaft. I'm going to take it. That water. It's such a lovely game. Such a lovely, lovely game. Alright, we're going to head right back up to where we were. So far we found the ties, we've seen the severed legs, the rest of the corpse. Farther down the tracks is a gas can. You want to inspect this as well. It's been spilled. Dropped in a rush on purpose. And then in addition to that, there is a spot where the grass is all brown, if you notice, in the tracks. Inspect that as well. It'll show you this is where the train car was to begin with. There was no sun. Something of a rectangular shape on tracks. What could it be? Yeah, Sherlock, it's the rail car. So we're going to bring it back here. But farther down the tracks, one more time, until you get to almost to the end of the line here. There's a pile of rocks with a hole in it. Inspect that as well. And we're missing the rock. The rock is by a stump by the tracks. I think we've got enough information. It was in this area. Here's a stump, and there's our rock. The rock was what tricked me up the first time trying to solve this, because I didn't think I'd have to come this far down the tracks, but I did. We're going to put the rock back in its place. A lot of these puzzles have to do with, you find a murder weapon or something like that. You have to put it back where it belongs in order to watch the scene play out. So, alright, we've done everything. We're going back to get the rail car. Use the crank on the front. And we'll start the car. And get in. We're going to put it backwards. There's the rails. Alright, I hope this is in the right spot. It's hard to see. I'm back a little bit too far. Just a little bit too far. It is kind of picky and it needs to be in the right spot for the event to work. Okay, that should do. Alright, the rock's been put back. Train car is now in... No, I'm still pretty far back. Sorry about that. Okay. Takes a while to get in. Ah, almost. Well, for you guys doing it, here's a hint. If you're looking at the light pole, it should just be lined up with the middle part of it. There's a little visual cue on where to park it. That should be it. Alright, now we've got everything in place. We're going to come back to the severed, not the legs, but the body without the legs, and inspect it here. We're going to see all the pieces now of the crime scene. And you'll see these little lights come out and go to all the different pieces of evidence. This part of the puzzle is when we will have to order them chronologically. Go to each one and look at it. The legs were. The ropes were. This was the blood trail leading down to the body. This is where the can was. And down here is where the rock was. Okay. Now you have to go to each event and select a number, 1 through ever how many events there are, to order them chronologically to see the event take place. Let's take a look here. In this one, the dead guy, well, the corpse we've seen, has him tied down. So this, I think, came first. He tied him up. And while he's tying him up, this older guy is down here, and he gets the rock. I believe they meet here. Our young man is about to get in the train and run him over, but he is attacked by the gentleman with the rock. He staggers down the tracks, comes to rest here, and the train hits him, and then the rest is just, it's physically in order. It ends up down here as the last piece. Number 6. Alright, so I'll recap. Number 1, the ties. Number 2 was the rock. Number 3 was the gas cans at the train. Number 4 was the severed legs. 5 is the blood trail. 6 is the corpse. And let's visualize it.
Listen to me. We can destroy it. I know how.
You can't destroy it, Ethan. You can't destroy time. And that's what he is. He is forever.
Gail, honey, I wish there was another way. Travis, tell me where Ethan is, now.
I'm giving the sleeper what he wants. What all of us want. Look, old man, you need to go home. No.
Ethan, run, goddammit. Go! Get out of here! Travis, close your eyes.
See that something flew out of it and went down here and landed. We get it.
Grandpa? Stay away!
Ethan, I'm sick too. I can feel the sleeper in my head.
Then fight it! I have to destroy the room!
Corvus, I'm sorry. Ethan,
Oh no!
I can't let you do that.
All right.
Whatever had turned Ethan's family against him, the grandfather was trying to resist. Age helps against those things that feed on hate. Not because of wisdom or experience, because the old are tired. Their hate is less useful.
All right, guys. I think that's good for the first part. Up next, I think we have space people and a funhouse mirror maze type thing. So subscribe if you haven't already to get the next part, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.